talk about fat again. Let's talk about the types of adipocytes. So we have 4 different kinds. We have white, best kind. I'm kidding. That's a really bad joke. That might not make the cut. We have white adipocytes. Well, adipocyte just means adipose tissue, which means fat. So we have white. We have brown. Not like dark brown, but brownish. We have beige. And then we have pink. All right. So let's talk about what each one will do. So white adipocytes are the most commonly made adipose tissue, right? They're the most easy to create, and they occur the most often on the body, right? So what that means is why would we have different kinds? Well, the different kinds do have different functions. So white is mostly like you're unassigned. You haven't been given a job yet. You can be turned into different things based off of, stimulus factors in the outside world or within the body itself. I don't know if the mic picked that. But. Then we have brown adipose tissue. And this one is the easiest to burn. It's kind of like it's on its way out. And it's the most, but this kind also heats the body. It's the one that keeps everything warm and cozy. It's pretty important. But it is the easiest to make it go away because it burns quickly and it's activated by thermogenesis. Not genesis, but heat activation also makes it burn. We have beige. Now, beige was white adipose tissue that has been activated by a gene mutation called UCP1, which is an mRNA expression or a DNA protein that says, you're now going to do this, which turns the white into beige, which could eventually become brown. So it's easier to burn later. Now there's pink. Why does pink matter? Can you guess what it's for? I'll give you 3 guesses. No. None of those. Unless you might have been right. Pink adipocytes are when white adipose cells have been converted for lactation and feeding a baby. So it's only in women, and it's pregnancy fat. So that's not important for what we're going to talk about. Yeah. So let's all look at that. I even kept the brown on there. Boom. Anyway. Through the activation of UCP1, white adipose cells have a higher brown adipose cells have a higher cellular turnover rate than white adipose tissue. So, if people want to lose fat, we need to get our brown fat cells higher, right? Does that make sense? So we need our white adipose tissue to become brown adipose tissue, which means we need a higher increase in the RNA expression of UCP1. How does that happen? We don't know. However, there are some adrenergic stimulation things that we can do, such as cold plunge, such as eating in a caloric deficit, meaning that we need to use the fat in our bodies to be the energy that we're running on for a while. And there's multiple different ways to do this. In fact, the best time and the most often the longest time that you're burning fat is when you're asleep, because you're at a very low need for energy. Your body's need for energy is zero. You're basically just breathing and maybe thinking. I don't know. I haven't had a dream in a while, so who knows how much I'm actually thinking when I'm asleep. But your basic need to just have the heart pump, the lungs run, and be aware in case there's danger is like the biggest thing. You're not moving, you're not running around, you're not eating, there's no high stakes. So the body's ability to burn fat is much higher because we are on it's like we're in first gear, right? Imagine if our cars ran on different fuels based on what gear they're in. So if we're in first gear, we run on fat. We run on 85. If we're running on gear 2, we're running on 91. That's the difference. That doesn't mean the quality of the fuel changes. It just means that what the quality or what the fuel is different. Right? If we're moving around a lot more, we're running on carbs usually because it's quicker, it's easier, and it's not. I can access my carb stores because they're already in my muscles. If I want to activate fat, I have to go to the fat stores, break down the cell, move it into my liver to break it down again into its single cell unit or its single makeup unit, go into the muscle, use it for energy, take all the crap, that excess that I don't need from it, and breathe it out. That's a lot more work versus being like, it's like saying, I want to go to Walmart, which is right down the street, or I'm going to go to Costco in Colorado Springs, which is 2.5 hours away. No, I can get a lot more stuff done at Costco 2.5 hours away, but it's not worth it, right? I can just go to Walmart and get what I need for the week. Done. That's the types of fat, how we use it, and why it might be important. Thanks. I'll talk to you.